sight. She came a-marching.
I've had a long-standing interest, actually since I was 4, in being an explorer. And I would say that probably that's the core of my passion, to be an explorer, an inventor, a discoverer. And so I've had the good fortune to organize all the different strands of my life in the present work in which I'm involved. And this Kickstarter project, which we're talking about today, is really a fundamental launching pad for this grand vision. So, in some sense, you can think of this as 2 apps in one basic product. The first app is called Backlighting Your Future. Backlighting the future enables you to dream future scenarios in which you realize your full potential, all your talents, your skills, your life experience, your friendships, your resources blossom into a variety of dreams that you have, say 3, 4, 5, in which you're fulfilled. And the technique involves backlighting exactly the steps that brought you to this realized future. And so you ask yourself, sometimes done with your friend, you do it yourself, how were you able to do it? Who helped you do it on this journey? What were the resources that you had? It's all in a sort of imagined dream-like scenario, but in point of fact, as we know from the frontiers of brain science, the brain actually doesn't quite know the difference between your imagined reality and dreams and what is in, quote, ordinary reality. And so the process becomes almost self-executing, self-realizing. And so what we want to do is to produce a entertaining, interesting way to enable you to tell these stories of your dreams in which you realize your fullest potential, which carry you to a more abundant life. It is embodied first in a book that I've written, which is just coming out. And that book is entitled Piloting Through Chaos, The Explorer's Mind. And in fact, the book is really 2 books in one. The first book really focuses on the question, how do you take your creative work and navigate in a world that not necessarily friendly or receptive to your ideas or your vision? How do you practically negotiate that vision that you have, that work, and bring it out into the world? So Piloting Through Chaos is a systematic approach, a fresh and new approach to the negotiation process. The second book, which is embodied in one, is called The Explorer's Mind. And The Explorer's Mind introduces you to a new way of exploring and thinking about the world, which I call intertidal thinking. This intertidal thinking is a way of connecting 8 realms which generally have not even been regarded as connected to each other. Those are the past, wisdom, beauty, life force, discovery, invention, and innovation, humanity, the new frontiers of brain science, and the future. As it turns out, each of these realms is like a wormhole of the psyche. You go into it and you can discover the connections between many things. In fact, you learn how to connect everything to everything. Remember, an explorer's wheel is an energy vortex. And the most powerful form of an energy vortex, its liquid form, is a spiral. We take the spiraling energy of the vortex and we focus it on a noble cause. And we gather the creative energies of people around the world, each empowered through their own personal explorer's wheel, and we focus it with the power of social media. Maybe it's breakthroughs in delivering clean and affordable water. Maybe it's curing blindness. Whatever, it really doesn't matter. Or maybe, as I say, it's just realizing and fulfilling your own life mission and drawing upon the creative energies of people who have common minds with you. But the framework enables all of it. And the book is the world's first smart book. So scattered throughout the book, there are impregnated, if you can use the word, barcodes that are made smart. By pointing your smartphone at Churchill, Churchill will start speaking out of your phone. Our platform will start to learn that you're interested in Churchill. So the next time you point your phone, depending on the profile that you give us, you may indicate that you're interested in art. And so you'll get some references to Churchill the artist, or you may say you're interested in history, and you'll get references to his historical works. So all of a sudden, that QR code, now made smart, is a portal for your personalized life learning. In other words, the book learns about the reader, and I learn about the reader, even as the reader learns about me. That's the way the book comes alive, and that's linked to the website. Now, the website will start to harvest not only your interest, but the interest of others many of whom have similar interests. And so the book is continuously alive, continuously refreshed, and personalized to the interest of each reader. Because Explorer's Wheel really takes off where the book ends and personalizes and takes the framework and the methodology and brings it to what are the most important, the essential elements in your life that enable you to take what you want to do with your life to the next level. What we propose to do in this Kickstarter project would be to produce an app that would be your personal Explorer's Wheel, which would in some sense be a dedicated social media site where artists, musicians, writers, entertainers, inventors, entrepreneurs of all kinds could bring out their creative work through the skills and resources and talents that would be made available to them and through their comrades. And what we'll be able to do is both your backlighted future and your personal Explorer's Wheel will all be based on this smart platform. So we will be continuously harvesting the ideas, the themes, the metaphors that you articulate, feeding it back to you, and you'll be able to then elaborate it, but drawing upon increasing resources, not only from the net, but from other people in the Explorer's Wheel. And I should mention, there's an innovation that goes along with this, which is what we call our transparent privacy policy. Because unlike some of these other media, you, the user, have complete control over any of the data, the intelligence that we develop for you through the system. You decide what use is to be done with it, if any, who has access to it, how it's used, and so forth. What if, by imagining through this process of backlighting, we actually can grow and sprout neural pathways in our own brains that will significantly increase the likelihood that what we imagine and dream will actually come about? What if it were possible in a structured way to gather all the skills and talents and resources that we ourselves possess but perhaps don't fully realize, or that others have that would be readily available, and through this personal Explorer's Wheel process that we could gather these resources and devote them to the realization of our dreams? And finally, what if there were a way to increase significantly the likelihood of these magical events, what are called synchronicities, these encounters which seem so profoundly meaningful but happen at random? What if there was a structured way to increase the probability that they would occur, not just singly, but in flocks, in legions, abounding, and all we need to do is get out of the way and let the wonder of the world happen? What we want to do is produce this twofold app. The first part of the app has to do with envisioning and then backlighting your future. And the second is to embody it in this your personal explorer's wheel, which brings together all the teaching in the book and concentrates it in a way that's practical and useful to you. And the key point is that the backlighting and this explorer's wheel are not going to be some static, dead thing, but rather they are alive. They will be continuously updated and alive and personalized to you using our platform of smart technology.
By Devon's side she came a-marching. It was a band of no great size, and surrender was the banner that she carried, and hungry was the shiver